Hello, future YouTube search hit viewer you. This machine we actually did a previous tractor hunt video on where we ended up with this and another machine for a $100 bill. This machine we revived from dead doornail all the way to cutting, mowing, and doing all the things it's supposed to do. So the next question would be, if it runs, it drives, it mows, why are we doing a how-to video? The answer is we rigged the cable in order to be able to do that video. And once I have the old cable out, I'll actually show you what I did in order to make it work in case you have to cobble something together. But I will not sell a rigged cable machine to a customer. I just won't do it. It's part of my code of honor, whatever you want to call it. So what we have is we have a cable from Hipa carburetor. They've started expanding. As it is right now at the time of making this video, they don't sell these on Amazon. They only sell it on their home website, and I'll post a link for that. I do love buying Hipa carburetor products off of Amazon on a regular basis, so please check them out. I'll post a link down below. Now, as far as doing this is concerned, you're going to see me do one thing here, and it's going to be pulling this gas tank and setting it up on here. I want to make it clear before the I know everything comments come in, you don't have to do that to be able to run this cable. If you know exactly where everything goes and you have nimble fingers, you can do it without removing that tank. I'm going to do it because otherwise I can't get a camera down in there to show you what's going on. The other thing that I'm going to tell you is that I'm probably going to have a camera angle a lot of time that shoots in like this from the front because of where the cable runs and what you have to do. It is much easier to see where that cable hooks up if you grab the front end and lift it up and get it off the ground. Do you have to do it? No. Is it much easier to work with at that point? Yes. So, there's my 2 cents. Gas tank out of the way to make video easier. Let's get zoomed in here. So, this is the top part of your cable. You're going to take this off first by prying it upwards and it'll pop off. I'll show you what the end of this cable looks like outside the unit in just a sec. This, you've got to pinch the 2 side tabs with a pair of pliers. Now, if you can get a hold of this and twist it over to this direction, it is much easier to undo. And then this drops down, and the cable pulls sideways through this. That does not usually tend to fit through that hole. It's not supposed to. If it does, something is wrong. From there, you're going to route it down into this hole here. On an old school Craftsman, this is your deck height keeper hole on an LT1000. Instead of reworking the machine, they just decided to keep the hole for the last like 25 years. Now, when you get down in underneath, the rod that is shiny to the left is your brake. The cable is coming down from the frame rail. You have to loop it back in front of the brake, and then down to where the cotter pin is in the center there. This is the end of the cable that's in behind there right now. And I want to show you guys a trick I don't think I've ever seen on YouTube. If you put a screwdriver in through here and you set it under this lip and then push down the handle, it'll actually pop it off without having to fight with it. So if I lift this up and I put the screwdriver underneath it and I push the handle down, there, popped off instantly. Now I can get in underneath with a pair of needle nose and pop it out the rest of the way. For the sake of video, I pulled the entire assembly out. It's just 4 bolts in the front. This is twistable. And so if you twist it to the side like that, you can get in with a pair of pliers while it's in the machine and pull it down through. Then you pull the cable up through that slot, and there you go, you're done. Now you just have to do the bottom part of the cable. Here we go, let's see if we can get the cable popped off. So, I find the backside is easier to do first. And we have a little daddy long legs here. This is your pin. I've changed it out to a nice bright one to make it easier for video. You pull that. There's going to be a little like plasticky oval washer thing. Now this tip is going to push back and the cable is going to go out a slot that direction. So this goes back and then the cable goes out the slot and bring it back this way. So now in the front, if we can come around, right in here, there's going to be a cotter pin and then a washer and then the spring that lifts off and then a floating washer that you do not remove. This floating washer is bigger usually than the top washer because it keeps the spring from hitting the back edge of this pulley. I honestly do not think it matters, but in a Craftsman how-to manual, it says to put the cotter pin in from this direction with the round side out. So it's cotter pin out, washer, lift off the spring, and again, leave the big washer down there. So on this cable, it works, but right there is a really, really thick battery cable shrink wrap. So what happens is the cable comes down through from there, it loops back and then does like almost a 90-degree into the deck. And this piece here is zip tied to the frame right there or right there, depending on where your cable ends up. And it eventually eats through the outside sheath, and then the whole thing collapses and bends, kind of like a choke cable on an engine will sometimes fail. And it rusts right there and it stops working. Now, if you catch it soon enough, you can rig it like this and get a few more years out of it for, you know, a couple of cents. But we're going to put a new cable in. I know this next part seems counterintuitive, but trust me, it is far easier to take this and feed it through that hole there and then loop it around to the deck than it is to put this in underneath and try and fish that end up through that hole. Just trust me, it's easier. So we're going to take this and we're going to drop it into that hole, shake it around a little. This is going to drop right down through it at kind of a angle, like so. And then push this down so that there's probably about, oh, I don't know, 1.5 feet or so sticking out. Now, let's come around. What that leaves us with is underneath here, we can easily see where the cable comes down. You're going to grab this and you're going to bring it forward on the inside of this and put it on top of that pulley in the front. So right here underneath my finger is that pin, and now we've got to put the washer and the cotter pin on. I'm going to try to do this with one hand, but basically you got to take this and lift it up and over. The cable is going to slide through that slot, and then this is going to push into this odd hole. So that pushes into there like so. Then this is going to slide over the end of it, which I don't know if I can really get in video. There we go. Now, what I can't really film is that what you have to do is hold this forward, put the cotter pin through the hole in the bottom there, and over the top there. So I'll show you as soon as it's in. There we go. Once it's assembled, the cotter pin goes through the front with the weird plastic oval holding it. As we come around, you can see how that goes through. Now we can go up top. While I'm here, I need to point out something I forgot to say previously. That is your dry belt. This, when you put it down through, needs to be on that side of the dry belt. If you come down and you end up on that side of the dry belt, you will eat your dry belt off after mowing for a couple of hours. So, now, this is pretty self-explanatory. You literally just reach in here and stick the cable through that slot like you did down below. Trying to do this one-handed for video sucks. Come on. One-handed for video. There you go. Okay, cable through the slot. Push this up and it should click like so. Now you take this and you put the open side over the tab on the end of this, and then just plain lift your handle and it'll click in place. So come on, rotate. Come on, you can do it. See, I've been doing this for years and even I still have quibbles. Okay, so we can see that open edge is there and it's on it. So if I come around here, we can see that it's awkward and popped up. So we lift the cable, click, there it goes. And now we can see it's down where it's supposed to be. Sorry, I got the steering wheel in the way. Didn't think about that while I was filming. Okay. Now, because I'm filming, I have a gas tank that I have to put back in. And just in case you missed it earlier, unless you want to be doing a dry belt how-to video later, zip tie it to the frame right there. Now, let's go mow something. Now, let's be clear. I've been doing this for a long time, and doing that job, if I wasn't filming, literally would have taken me about 15 minutes. Is it a pain in the neck to do and a lot of up and down? Yes. But if a shop tries to charge you more than an hour worth of labor and the cost of the cable, which by the way is like 10 bucks, don't pay them. Do it yourself. That's why I make these videos here on Redneck Computer Geek, is because I noticed about 12, 13 years ago that shops were charging people insane hours for what really only takes a few minutes. So, if this video was helpful for you, please give me a like. If you'd like to support the channel, there is an email address you can do a PayPal donation to. Along with, we usually post an Amazon wish list if you'd like to help out the shop for further videos. Have a good day, and I hope this helped you. You're okay, go ahead. What do you got? Bird seed? Go for it. Oh, yeah, they'll love the extra boogers. You're so proud of yourself feeding the chickens. Can you do it again?